In September of 2017, Basin Transit Service Transportation District General Manager Ernest Palmer retired, having provided the district continuous and stable leadership for 25 years. After serving his country in the United States Air Force, Ernest went back to his hometown in Michigan and began looking for employment.
And I was looking for work, and I saw an ad in the paper that said help wanted bus drivers to work for the county. So I went down and applied and was hired as a bus driver, and showed some aptitude and some skill, and over a period of time was promoted first to dispatcher, and then to field supervisor, and finally to general manager. And I served the county for 18 years.
With his family grown and out of the house, and because of some medical needs with an extended family member, Ernest and his wife moved to Oregon. After applying, Ernest was offered the position of general manager with the Basin Transit Service Transportation District.
I thought that I'd be able to hit the ground running, and it was no big deal. It's only been a year and a half, 2 years. But oh my goodness gracious, I didn't realize how slow my processing was, my thought process was, and how hard I had to paddle just to get back up to speed.
Ernest quickly grew in his understanding of the position and was able to draw on his 18 years of experience in Michigan to take Basin Transit Service to the next level.
I brought with me 18 years of development. That system there started from scratch, and I was a driver, the very first driver they hired. And when I left, I was general manager. So I had 18 years of creating virtually everything from the color of the bus ticket, to the color of the buses, to the payroll form that we use to pay our employees and keep track of payroll records.
One of the remarkable things that Mr. Palmer accomplished was putting together a highly efficient staff with little turnover throughout his tenure as general manager.
We were really interested in attitudes and personalities that we thought would fit well within the team, because we wanted to build a team, we wanted to build a family. We didn't want somebody that came in that might have been incredibly well technically qualified, but was such a miserable human being that all they would do is make everyone else uncomfortable and miserable. I learned years ago the value of hiring someone that may not have the technical skills, but has the attitude. They want to learn, they want to work, they want to do good things.
An impeccable safety record was also a hallmark of Ernest Palmer's time as general manager.
The way you treat the customer when they come in the door, believe it or not, I think is part of the trail of safety, because it's an attitude. And you treat the people as precious cargo.
Grant funding is critical to the life of a district. Mr. Palmer brought in over $5.3 million of federal and state grant funding in the last 5 years alone.
Well, I've never met a federal or state grant that I didn't like. We didn't apply for stuff unless we had a need for it, but every time I didn't pay for things, big ticket items especially. We didn't buy any big ticket items unless we could pay for them with a grant. Most recently, we bought some new equipment using some federal grants that are passed through the state, through ODOT.
The secret to Ernie Palmer's longevity just might surprise you.
I really don't give a hoot. If you want to fire me, go ahead and fire me. I'm just going to do the very best job I can. You aren't measured as a human being by what you have, even though I know they say that, the man that has the most toys when he dies wins. I don't believe that. I don't think you're measured by what you have. I think you're measured by what you give. Part of your responsibility as a citizen is to give back to your community in whatever form. And the more you give back, the more inner peace and value you will have as a human being, even if it doesn't benefit you in your professional life. And I think it will. I think it will, because people are going to say, oh, there's Ernie. He's involved with buses. And I hope they say, and he also does this volunteer work and is a heck of a nice guy.